Hello everyone and welcome. In this video we're computing the integral from 0 to 1 of 1 over x times ln of 1 minus root 2 times x plus x squared divided by 1 minus root 3 times x plus x squared dx, which we're going to denote by I. And here ln is simply the natural log. Okay, so first of all we're going to use the quotient rule for logs to rewrite this as a difference of two integrals. And then we're going to note that these two integrals are actually similar. So we can rewrite them as simply, so we're going to rewrite square root of 2 as 2 times sine of pi over 4, and rewrite root 3 as 2 times sine of pi over 3. And then, of course, we can see that this is indeed the difference, g of pi over 4 minus g of pi over 3, where g of t is equal to the integral from 0 to 1 of 1 over x times natural log of 1 minus 2x sine of t plus x squared dx. Okay, so I can also be written as negative the integral from pi over 4 to pi over 3 of g prime of t dt. Okay, so if we can compute g prime, if we can find a very simple expression of the derivative of g, we should be able to compute I. And that's exactly what we're going to do. So let's compute g prime. We can differentiate under the integral sign, and we're going to get g prime of t equal the integral from 0 to 1 of negative 2 cosine of t divided by negative 2x sine of t plus x squared dx. Now complete the square in the denominator. We're going to get in the denominator x minus sine of t squared plus cosine squared of t. Okay, now we can easily integrate. We're going to obtain an arctangent. So we're going to get negative 2 arctangent of x minus sine of t divided by cosine of t, which we're going to evaluate between x equals 0 and x equals 1. So after evaluating, we get the following expression. Okay, now notice that the arctangent is actually an odd function. So we can simplify the term negative arctangent of negative tangent into arctangent of tangent, simply. And then the arctangent can undo the tangent now. Okay, so we can undo the tangent to obtain t simply. Okay, we want to do something similar with the other arctangent. But first of all, we want to simplify the quantity 1 minus sine of t over cosine of t. Now, let's just replace t by 2 times u. So 1 minus sine of 2u divided by cosine of 2u is equal. We're going to replace 1 by cosine squared of u plus sine squared of u. Then sine of 2u by 2 times sine of u times cosine of u. And finally, cosine of 2 times u by cosine squared of u minus sine squared of u. Then we're going to factor. Let's factor the numerator and also the denominator. So we're going to get cosine of u minus sine of u squared. And in the denominator, we're going to get cosine of u minus sine of u times cosine of u plus sine of u. Now we can cancel the difference cosine of u minus sine of u, and we're going to end up with cosine of u minus sine of u divided by cosine of u plus sine of u. Now divide both the numerator and the denominator by cosine of u to get 1 minus tangent of u divided by 1 plus tangent of u. Okay, so notice that 1 is actually tangent of pi over 4. So we can rewrite this as tangent of pi over 4 minus tangent of u divided by 1 plus tangent of pi over 4 times tangent of u, which is simply the tangent of pi over 4 minus u. Now all we have to do is replace 2 times u by t, and therefore u by t over 2. So we get that g prime is equal to negative 2 times arctangent of tangent of pi over 4 minus t over 2 plus t. Now we undo the tangent by the arctangent, And we get that g prime is equal to negative 2 times pi over 4 minus t over 2 plus t. Negative t over 2 plus t is simply t over 2. And then we multiply by 2. So we get g prime equals negative pi over 2 plus t. Now, we go back to I. I, remember, is equal to negative the integral from pi over 4 to pi over 3 g prime of t dt. Okay, so now all we have to do is substitute. So we're going to get negative in front of a negative. It's going to cancel. And then we just have to integrate pi over 2 plus t. We're going to get pi over 2 times t plus t squared over 2. And we can simplify, we can factor 1/2 out. And we have to evaluate from pi over 4 to pi over 3. Okay, so we get the following. And so we have 1/2 of pi squared over 3 plus pi squared over 9 minus pi squared over 4 minus pi squared over 16. So if we do our algebra right, we should get exactly that I is equal to 19 pi squared over 288. And I think this is a good place to stop. Thank you for watching and see you next time.